What is going on? It's Zedmont. We're playing Boom Beach. The overwhelming response yesterday was that yes, low to mid-level players want to see my Dr. Terror attacks. So that is what you're gonna get. Now, I'm gonna try to talk about a couple things that may or may not be relevant. We'll see. So let me know if some of these tips are good or bad. The more feedback I get, the better. So stage one, any of the stages below, say stages 1 to 4 are typically gimmies, and so I try to just take out buildings and get it down as fast as I possibly can. So what I'm going to do here is just burn through this. You see there's lots and lots of crates and supplies and all that sort of stuff on the left hand side here, and on the right hand side for that matter. So I'm just going to drop my Zookas on both sides and then remove mines and buildings so that once they finally get near the buildings, there's no defenses. So the reason for this is every crate, every supply thing and all, I gotta remember what the names of those things are, but every single one you remove adds to your GBE and takes health off the core. So I don't have enough GBE to just GBE down the core, so I go this route. It might actually be faster just to get close to the core, but this is just how I like to do it. Plus you get to blow up more stuff, which is always a bonus. Stage 2 down, gimme, gimme, gimme. On to stage 3. This one looks pretty simple. Only the rocket launcher will be in range. The shock launcher is too far away. And then we can just remove the boom cannons with 2 artillery. So tons of GBE to work with. Now, if I wasn't recording this, I'd probably just try and GBE everything, but that really sucks when you're recording a video and you end up with no GBE and your troops die. So instead, I save a little bit of GBE for some shocks, and then we'll just work towards the core. So a little bit late on that flare, and then we'll just shock the machine gun, and nothing is in range. We'll just I'll probably throw I've got tons of GBE here, so what I'm going to do is I'll just keep them close to the wall, and then we'll shock the shock launcher just for something to do. And that's it. I don't know why those ladies are walking forward like that. Look at those. There's like 3 or 4 headers up by the core. Dumb. Okay, stage 3 down. Hopefully everyone can get this far. If you can't, I apologize. But stages 1 to 3 are typically pretty easy for anyone who can get Dr. Terror. Then it gets a bit difficult. So stage 4, there's only nothing else on the left-hand side of the screen can range core. So I'm going to remove this boom cannon, and the reason for that is I'm going to be working in that direction. So what I like to try and do is figure out where my Zookas are going to go and remove things that are in that general area. Because like we know that the Zookas are going to walk up that wall on that corner, so we can throw the smoke on that corner. It gives us a little bit extra room than if we actually smoked right to the edge of the water. So just trying to figure out where the ladies are going to go and stay one step ahead. So my goal here is to get in between in that little gap between the shock launcher and boom cannon, and then we'll just clear absolutely everything that's in that area. So, and then after that, we're going to walk towards the core, and that boom cannon would have taken a few troops. So there we go, 2 shocks. Don't really have to shock the boom cannon, but we've got tons of GBE, so we might as well do it and save the 1 or 2 troops that it would have taken down. So now we're just going to hug the wall, get as close to that core as we can, and we've got enough GBE that I might as well shock these sniper towers just to be sure. And that's it. Just trying to stay. You're trying to outthink your Zookas. Know where they're gonna go, and use your GBE before they get there. So on this one, it was pretty easy. Anyone with smokes and shocks should be able to take that one down, I would think. If you added a boat of heavies, you could take out the machine gun at shore, even as opposed to smoking past it, just to save some GBE. So on to stage 5. This one looks crazy, but really we just need to make a nice hole here. So let's get a barrage in to clear some mines around these machine guns and flamethrowers. A little bit unfortunate we didn't get those supply crates on the right there, but if you have the patience, use your barrage and get them down. Now this is critical. Okay, yeah, there's no extra GBE, so this is critical. all of my smokes, all of my plans for every single map revolve around the first smoke. And this smoke is critical. Get it right in the corner, and then you're good to go. Everything builds off of it. Everything I do in Operation Attacks, Dr. Terror, War Factory builds off that first keystone smoke. Make it a good smoke, reposition it well, and you shouldn't have any problems. So here we have 54 GBE, not enough for 4 shocks. So we're going to do a med kit first, and then 3 shocks, and then another med kit is my plan. 1, 2, 3. I missed that sniper tower. Otherwise, everything's going pretty well. That sniper tower right by the core took out 2 of my Zookas, but otherwise, a pretty good attack. Fairly easy to replicate. Hopefully everyone can pull that one off. Now on to stage 6. I failed my first attempt at stage 6, so this is going to be a little bit of internet magic. On my first attempt at stage 6, I completely whiffed on one of my shocks, and see that mine right behind that rocket launcher? That one, I didn't clear it on my first attempt, and a whole bunch of my Zookas hit it, and it's a level 22 mine, I think, or at least high enough level that it took out at least half of my Zookas. So make sure you clear that mine, and then we're going to come right in between these 3 rocket launchers, and so that we don't have to shock 3 rocket launchers, which is always a bonus. I think that final smoke is a little bit too far left. Yes, it is, but our delay was good enough that they stayed. Now we're going to do 4 shocks, I think. Yeah, there we go. Now, my shock on the machine gun there, I could have shocked the 2 machine guns and the mortar at the same time, but I missed. Hopefully you do better than that, but not bad overall. So stage 6 down. It's my second. Oh, yeah, crystal for each attempt. Perfect. It feels like whenever I fail, I get an extra crystal or something, but that's just me trying to make myself feel better about my failures, probably. So now stage 7. Let's have a look. Okay, stage 7, we have... This is messy, messy, messy. There's too many. I'm going to go from... There are not many mines from the left-hand shore. So I'm going to clear all these mines in this general area. We've got a kill zone. Watch out for that hidden mine behind that sniper tower there. Make sure you get it gone. And then what I want to check is I just want to see if I can shock both mortars, both shock launchers, and the rocket launcher with 1. Now, I'm just going to give this 1 try to see if we can do it. So you might be able to do it, but I didn't get it on my first try, so I don't want to do it live. Because you got to be able to get both mortars and both shock launchers. So, not going to do it. And I'll tell you, this is not my first attempt. I've failed this many, many times. I'll skip over to that with the power of the internet, but with 101 GBE, I had exactly enough as long as I didn't use a flare at shore. So this attack is a little bit wonky. I'm going to do a smoke drop here, and then I'm going to drop all my troops right in. I drop the smoke first and then just bash 7 times to get all your troops in there as fast as you can. And then the flare spot is right dead center on this rocket launcher. Sorry, on this sniper tower. If you go too far towards core, the rocket launcher that is up in like the, what's that, 2 o'clock or something like that, or in the 2 o'clock neighborhood, will totally wreck your Zookas and you will not have a good time. Those ones up by, what is that, like 2 o'clock or something. So you can get too close to core. Now this is 4 shocks. We want to shock the machine guns and the flamethrowers first, obviously. So machine guns, flamethrowers, rocket launcher, and shock launchers. Now you can modify the shocks a little bit, but make sure you do machine guns and flamethrowers first, because they do not have a delay. And down goes stage 7. That is stage 7, unboosted, with level 18 Zookas. So this attack was tough. It took me a lot of attempts, but it went down. I kept missing the shocks, and then I used too much GBE. I didn't have enough to do a side flare. I had to do it without a flag, with just a flag drop. Here's the proof, unboosted. Lots and lots of attempts. Some of them are GBE only, obviously, but that's it. Stage 7, Volcano, all stages unboosted. Thanks for watching. Peace!